Okay, welcome back. Last time we managed to make our way into Veilstone City without any losses, which is very good. Big fan of making progress without any more losses. And we also had 3 encounters in that episode. Well, technically 4 because we also got a gift Pokemon. So we now have, in addition to what we already have, we have an Electivire, a Smoochum, a Persian, and a Houndoom all in the box. So that's nice. So we run into Dawn in front of the gym here, and well, we also encounter Crasher Wake for the first time. He's going to be our 5th gym badge. He's going to be our 5th gym leader opponent. And, well, we aren't going to be fighting him in this episode, because, well, we have to deal with Maylene first. I think you can actually fight them in either order, and I'm certain you can in Original Diamond and Pearl. But, yeah, the plan for today's episode is very simple. I just want to beat the Veilstone City gym. And I also didn't read the little thing outside, which I've done for all the other ones so far. So, leader Maylene, the barefoot fighting genius. Okay. Weird that they had to mention that, but okay. And also, this guy's basically just gonna be like, yeah, she's good against normal types, but hey, psychic and flying types, if you have those. Hint, hint. Catch a Staravia or a Kadabra if you're playing a regular game. Hint. You know, because Staravia and Kadabra definitely wouldn't just be amazing pickups in a regular playthrough anyway. And I think I've fought all of the trainers and all of the other gyms so far, so I'm gonna try to keep that up here. Okay, fortunately, the Karate Quads very easily make it easy for me to figure out how many trainers there are in here. There's gonna be 4. Okay, plus all. Okay, Fizz can just Water Pulse this. Encore isn't going to do anything, obviously, because we haven't done a move yet. And honestly, it would just be Encoring us into Water Pulse at this point, so, go ahead, Plusle. Or at least that's what I would say if we didn't outspeed because of Speed Boost. But hey, Speed Boost, good. Nidoran. A Nidoran male? That's fine. I can just hit that with a Confusion, and that'll probably just one-shot it. Because Nidoran, honestly, by level 29, that should be at minimum Nidorino. Honestly, if you want all of its moves, that should still probably be a Nidorino. Okay, now Xatu comes in, so I'm going to swap out to Gliscor and just go for Knockoff to one-shot it. I imagine I'll probably one-shot. Again, huge power, super effective. Also, again, I know I mentioned it with Natu earlier in the playthrough. I think Xatu is so cool. Like, Xatu is such a cool Pokemon, but it never gets anything. Like, I think it gets, like, a kind of minor role in the story of one of the Mystery Dungeon games. But other than that, that's basically all Xatu has ever been given. Anyway, with that... Okay... Why do they have to make it sound like a threat? Like, the gym leaders are usually pretty chill. Oh, but no. Apparently they're gonna break us like a stack of bricks. Well, they are more than welcome to try, but honestly, I don't see them winning. I might get hit with a freight train of hubris. That's with that, but you know what? I'm going to be confident for once, because you know what? A lot of the time in my playthroughs, I am less confident than I should be about my ability to win. Okay, so, Calm Mind, that's fine. I'll just go for Confusion, it'll probably one-shot from that range. There we go. And now we get 870 experience, another speed boost, and Oddish comes in, that's fine, I'll just Confusion that as well. Okay, so we land for Confusion, that'll... Wow, didn't one-shot. I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised. Oddish actually has pretty okay defense, and it was a higher level, and that is a Regice. Meaning it is time to actually swap out. Because Heracross can probably just brick this thing a couple of times and get rid of it. Level 29. Okay, Brick Break. Honestly, so far, I shouldn't say this because I'm absolutely gonna jinx it. So far in this playthrough, I've had pretty decent luck when it comes to not encountering legendaries. Like, I haven't run into a single Dialga, or Palkia, or Groudon, or Kyogre. Like, I saw a Giratina, I've seen a couple of Latioses. I've seen a Giratina, I've seen a Giratina, 2 Latioses, I think, a Lugia, a couple of Regices, a Cresselia, a Darkrai, a Fione, and I think that might be it. Okay, so Crawdaunt on. So I'm gonna swap straight out and just go to Gax. Also, once we beat this gym, our level cap will go past 36, meaning I'll actually be able to have a Sceptile for the next gym, which does mean that when it evolves, I'll lose Pure Power, which I am honestly kind of sad about, because, you know, Pure Power is ridiculously good. If Eviolite existed in this game, because it didn't exist until Gen 5, if I had access to the Eviolite, I would genuinely just put that on Grovyle and keep it as it for the entire game until it dies. Because, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to argue against it. It's like, hey, this thing hits really hard. It's like, hey, you have this Pokemon, it hits really hard, and it's also pretty fast. Oh, and also you can increase its defenses, so it just won't die. It's like, yeah, I think I would be giving that the Eviolite if I could. Because Eviolite is really good for non-evolved. Well, I say it's really good for not fully evolved Pokemon, but that's also because it only works on not fully evolved Pokemon. But yeah, basically, Eviolite, very good. But would love to be able to get one, but it doesn't exist until Black and White. Which, yeah, I kind of like Pokemon Black and White, not gonna lie. But, well, that's a story for when I'm actually playing Pokemon Black and White. That'll happen at some point. I guarantee it'll happen at some point. And because I really, really like Pokemon Black and White. And also, kind of, related, but, anyway, kind of related, but also not. I'm glad that people finally, over the last few years, have started to warm up to Black and White. Because I remember when it came out, people seemed to hate it, and I was just like, am I the only one who likes this game? But no, I'm glad that I'm glad that over the last few years, people have started to, like, genuinely start to appreciate Black and White, because those games are fantastic. Okay, so Vaporeon, level 32. Obviously, since they only have one Pokemon, it's a higher level than like all the others. Fortunately, we have a Pure Power Grovyle with Leaf Blade, and will that one-shot? Apparently it will. 10 out of 10. Great work, Grovyle. Oh, and, well, now we can just move on. Now we can just move on up and fight the gym leader. Because with that, we've defeated all 4 of the karate quads, and as soon as I just kick down these, as soon as I move these punching bags to knock over the last few, kind of piles of tires, we should be good to go. You know, as soon as I don't walk into this one 3 times in a row. Okay, so with that, we knock out that, and I want to push it just one more time, just to knock over that, to pretty much just to assure we have an exit here. And we have, like, 3 motivational things. A good deed for every day, 1 day at a time, and treasure every encounter, for it is unique. And speaking of unique, we are at full health for going into this gym battle. And, you know what? I think I have an Orange Berry I can use. Yeah, I have 1 Orange Berry, so I can just quickly patch up Stun as well. Okay, so, away we go. Time to battle Maylene, the Veilstone City gym leader. Don't really know what it means to be strong or how she got to be the gym leader, but she'll do the best she can as it, and takes battling very seriously. So, whenever we are ready. Okay, so, she'll have 3 Pokemon, she normally does, and her ace should be level 36 or 37, I think. Okay, so she leads with a Riolu. Kind of fitting that she has level 32 Riolu when her ace would normally be a level 32 Lucario. Okay, Feint does nothing because we didn't go for Protect. Feint did get buffed in later gens, so it would actually do something, I think. I think it just acts as a normal move, even if it doesn't go through Protect. But in Gen 4, it basically just does nothing. Unless the target is using Protect or Detect. Okay, so we just bring down Variolu without any real thought or effort. Okay, Regirock. Okay, this must be her ace. And honestly, I'm not too worried about it, because it's too low a level to know Zap Cannon, and it's too high a level to have Explosion. And if it's just gonna slow itself down, like if it's just gonna slow itself down turn after turn, I have no qualms about that. I'll just trap it in Whirlpool to do a little bit more damage, and knock it. Oh no. Hubris, don't hit me here. Okay, yeah. With that, we win. We effortlessly. We do manage to bring down this Regirock, because that should still be out of healing range, and now Water Pulse will finish it off. And hopefully, I can just swap out for our last Pokemon, and not need to worry about it. And also, that's a nice amount of experience, probably because it's a legendary, and her last Pokemon's a Fione. So, once again, we're just going to swap out, go to Gax, and we should be good to go. Okay, so, yeah, yep, with that, we now earn our 4th badge, because, obviously, Pure Power, Leaf Blade, that should finish it off. And with that, our level cap is now whatever Gym Leader's ace was, plus 2 levels. Also because this is our 4th badge. And I now need to actually quickly check what the level is. Okay, so Crash Wake's ace is normally level 37, meaning our level cap now will go up to 39. And I can also add the Cobble badge to the layout. And we can now use Fly outside of battle, which is kind of nice. TM60, normally this is Drain Punch, but it is instead Water Gun. I mean, it's coverage, I guess, but, like, so few Pokemon in the game even learn Drain Punch at this point. Like, that's kind of pointless. Either way, we now have 4 badges, and we are good to go. Sceptile is now on the table. Like, we can now get a Sceptile before the next gym. And also, Dawn has now stood outside the gym because Team Galactic stole her Pokedex. And, yeah, we now need to go and help her deal with Team Galactic. And, honestly, I think I'm gonna put Gex at the front, just so it gets a bit more experience. Because, I don't know, I feel like okay, basically, I'm in 2 minds about the idea of evolving Grovyle. Because on the plus side, yeah, I get Sceptile, and honestly, Grovyle isn't one of my favourite Pokemon. But at the same time, if I evolve it, I lose Pure Power. And I might get something absolutely absurd. Or I might get Slow Start or Truant. And at that point, I might as well just kick it off the team because it won't be usable. And ability capsules don't exist in this gen. I don't think ability capsules exist until I don't think ability capsules exist until Gen 6. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, let's just go and fight. Now we have to team up with Dawn to fight some Team Galactic goons, and this will be very easy, hopefully. Venonat and Houndour. I'm glad I chose to lead with. I'm glad I chose to lead with my grass type here, and not my water type that had psychic moves. I say immediately swapping back. Also very glad. Okay, wait, they have Houndour, and they have a Manaphy. Okay, that's kind of scary. Like, I know, maybe the game got upset that I've just, like, beaten up a couple of Fiones in the last couple of episodes, and went, hey, no more of that, we're gonna fight you now. Also, I kind of want them to just knock out for Badoo, because if they knock out for Badoo, she should have another Pokemon, and hopefully it'll be better than a Badoo, because Badoo isn't really gonna do a whole lot for us. Okay, that'll give that Insomnia, and she does have this girl does have Manaphy. And we also have a Lapras. That is kind of scary. Okay, I'll just knock out the Houndoom. Sorry, the Houndour. No Houndoom here. But either way, still just knock out the Houndour and we can move on. Now, okay, Body Slam will do a lot here. There we go. So Body Slam knocks out Badoo, and she should have another Pokemon, hopefully. Oh, perfect, she has a Magnemite. Now, I'm gonna just Whirlpool for Manaphy, just to get residual damage. Like, I'm gonna Whirlpool for Manaphy to get residual damage. Man, they are really setting up the water here. Like, Water Sport, Rain Dance. You know what, at this point, I might as well just go for Water Pulse. That's not a lot, but we did get Confusion. Okay, they paralyze the Lapras. This could be dangerous. Like, I could just swap back to Gax. Honestly, that might be my best bet. I'm gonna take the chance and swap back. Okay, Spark does actually decent damage. Okay, Body Slam. Okay, yeah. Yep, bad idea. Let's just go back. Let's go back to Gorbis. I shouldn't have swapped out. At all. Okay, Bubble Beam will bring down the Magnemite. Does she have a third Pokemon? Perish Song. This is fine, actually. Because they're now locked in and they're on a timer. So all I need to do is survive a couple more turns. Okay, so that's 2 turns left. That's 1 turn left. I don't even need to fight them at this point. Because now all I need to do is swap out to Grumpig, because Grumpig won't die in 1 turn to them. Okay, they bring down the Manaphy, that's nice. Grumpig goes up to level 30, and now Perish Song finishes off the Lapras. 10 out of 10, we successfully managed to deal with that, due to the game using Perish Song. Okay, so, they should get new Pokemon from Headquarters. I mean, they are, like, right next to Headquarters. And honestly, they had some kind of scary Pokemon. If they hadn't gone for Perish Song, they could have actually been dangerous. I do like how they are kind of self-aware enough to go like, yeah, we're just gonna run away like the grunts we are, and say we're gonna be vaguely threatening. And also, here's Looker, who is going to basically ask us to quickly look into something with him real quick. And this is where we actually do get the HM for Fly. We don't get Surf for a little while, and I think to get Strength we do have to go back to the Lost Tower. But yeah, now we just quickly head on into the warehouse and get the HM for Fly. But obviously, we will be coming back here considerably later in the game once we have 7 badges. But obviously, by then we'll be like mid to high level 40s, I think. Okay, so concerns and game car transported something to Pastoria City. If that is the game's way of telling you, if you hadn't figured it out already, hey, go to Pastoria City next. It's kind of important. You know, as if the next gym being there wasn't reason enough to go. Anyway, let's just move on. Let's just move on over. Heal first, because, you know, there's a pretty long route coming up. Like, this next route, I remember being really long. Well, not really long, but I remember there being a good few trainers. And by that I mean, when I play through this game normally, I think it's like one of my go-to routes for level grinding. Just because you get access to a whole bunch of really good Pokemon. Also, I'm gonna get 10 Ultra Balls and 10 Cherish Balls. I don't know what the Cherish Ball's catch rate is. I don't know if it's any higher than a regular Pokeball. Oh, but it looks cool at least. Because we also have 3 more encounters on this route. Well, not on this route, but like on... Actually, it's 4 more encounters on the way to Pastoria City. Because we have this route, the Valor Lakefront, the route in front of Pastoria, and the Ruin Maniac's Cave. So we have 4 potential encounters here. And they have a Bellsprout. So I am just gonna Fury Cut. Okay. And it goes for Stun Spore. That is a minor inconvenience if I have ever seen one. And Miss Magius, that is potentially a much bigger inconvenience. Psywave, we're just gonna knock off and one-shot it and level up. still don't learn any new moves, and Tangrowth. I'm gonna let Stun handle this, because honestly, I feel like Stun hasn't had any screen time at all yet. And I'm just gonna aerialize a few times. There we go. And we got a crit. Big win. I say big win because Tangrowth is a fairly large Pokemon, and I'm just gonna quickly run back and heal again. I have enough healing items for it, especially after I bought lava cookies, but whatever, it's fine. It's close enough. Also, if the game could be really nice and give me a amulet coin, like if I could get an amulet coin either like as a random pickup or on a, like if I could get an amulet coin either from a random pickup or like from a mart, that would be really nice. I would love to get that because I could kind of do with a little bit more money in this game, not gonna lie. I say that, but I will absolutely just, like, I'll absolutely be claiming a lot of money with the Versus Seeker, like, when I do grinding. Because I'll be using the Versus Seeker a lot for grinding. And our Ruin Maniac Cave Encounter that's really good. Like, okay, you know how I've mentioned that, like, kind of metaphorical tier list of water types? Like, Tentacruel is up there. Tentacruel is really high up there. Like, Tentacruel is, like... Tentacruel for water types, I would put, like, on par, or even better than a lot of starters. Like, it's definitely in, like, the upper reaches of it, I think. It's, like, starters, Gyarados, and Tentacruel. Like, starters, legendaries, Gyarados, and Tentacruel are, like, up there with the best of the best. Tentacruel is so good. I genuinely think it's super underrated. Or maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's not underrated and I just don't see people talking about it all that much. However, if it could stay in the ball, that'd be great. Toxic Spikes? Wait, it has Toxic Spikes. That could be very handy. Anyway, we now have a Tentacruel. And also, I don't have a name planned for it, but a Tentacruel is very nice. Oh, it's also, I can just add it to, it's also just added to the party because I didn't have a full party with me. And let's quickly just heal up Wizpig. We don't need to heal up Tentacruel because we aren't using it yet, but we can have a quick look at it. Hardy nature, so that's balanced. Forewarn, so it basically tells you what their strongest move is. And we already have Acid and Bubble Beam, and Toxic Spikes could be very handy because you set up 2 layers of that and you just get free Toxic out, and unless they send in a poison type of their own, I don't think they can actually get rid of it. Like, that is potentially really big for future bosses. Like, for future boss fights, that's potentially massive. And our encounter for this route is a Riolu, so that's a potential Lucario to add to the team as well. Man, I'm getting a whole lot of very strong potential pickup Pokemon for the future. Now, okay, there's a reversal. Reversal won't do all that much because we aren't at, because it isn't at low health. And if I'm not attacking it, Counter isn't going to do anything either. And there we go. So now we've caught a a potential Lucario as well. It will be a bit annoying to, like, level up and evolve. However, that is a free Lucario to add to the team at a later point. Also, this guy has 6 Pokemon, so I want to dodge him. This guy just has 1 really high level Pokemon, I remember, because in the normal game he has a Seaking. Well, it's normally a Goldeen, obviously. But, like, I remember because I've done a nuzlocke of Platinum before, just on the actual hardware, and this man threw out this Seaking and hit me with Horn Drill, and I was not pleased. I was very annoyed, in fact. Okay, so we got the Icicle Plate. 3 beings were born to bind time and space. That is in reference to Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf. We also had a Marshtomp on this route. That's kind of good as well. Like a potential... So, Flame Body Marshtomp. This is wild. So on this route we had potential Lucario. So we've had potential Lucario and potential Swampert on this route. This is kind of ridiculous. There's also an item over here. I know there's one also up there. Also kind of weird that you can normally catch Girafarig here, and it's also available here. Also, I'd really like Girafarig. I would have loved to have been able to get one. I'm very glad I didn't get Ledyba, because Ledyba is not great. Honestly, even as Ledian isn't great. I know that there's ROM hacks that make it way better, but in general, Ledyba is not a particularly good Pokemon. Like, Ledyba's a weird case where, like, it has good special defense, but nothing else going for it. I know that there are ROM hacks that make Ledian way better. We could have had a Magmortar. That's kind of also ridiculously good. And I'm gonna see one more encounter. We could have had an Infernape. Game, you couldn't have just let me have the Infernape. Also, this guy normally has a Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon. I'm just going to try to dodge all of these trainers as I make my way down. Also, this is Valar Lakefront, so this is a new encounter. And an Oddish! So I don't know what I'm going to do with Oddish. And by that I mean, I don't know what I should name it, because I don't know if like, one, I don't know if it's going on the team. Two, I don't know if I'd make it into a Vileplume or into a Blossom. So once again, much like with many other Pokemon in this game, I'm not naming it yet. And I do want to quickly go over here. It is on this tile. We pick up the Sweet Key. And there's also, I think there's items here. Is there an item here? Apparently not. I do want to quickly grab this item though. Normally this is a Firestone, I think. Look Incense. That's actually massive, because that's basically an amulet coin. So I want to put that on a Pokemon straight away. So let's just throw that on something. And what do I want to put it on? I'll put it on Gex, because Gex is leading for now. And we can also heal up on our way through here. But first of all, let's deliver this lady's Sweet Key to her. Because she went and lost the key, so you know, we'll just let her back into her, whatchamacallit, apartment, I guess. Normally you have a black flute for this. Oh, it's the white flute. I know it was one of them. I know that one keeps her encounters away and one draws more encounters in. I don't remember which is which, though. Also, there is the restaurant here. Is it open at this time of day? Apparently so. Okay, because I'm recording this at 10:30. Well, I'm recording this at 10:30 p.m. It just ticked up to 10:32 p.m. to be more specific. If you want me to be needlessly specific, it just ticked up to 10:32 p.m. on July 2nd. Okay, so Route 213, we can get an encounter here. And you know what? I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna fish. I got the good rod. I'm gonna fish. Because you know what? I feel like I haven't used the fishing rod, like, at all. Actually, have I gotten a single fishing encounter yet? I don't think I have. I also still need to go back to Twin Leaf Town and get my encounter there. That's a Deoxys. This child just threw a Deoxys at me. Quick attack kills. Quick attack doesn't kill, but Nightshade. I'm very glad it went for Nightshade. Okay, that's level 32. And, well, that was scary. Like, this child just threw an alien at me. Like, that could have been potentially disastrous. And by that I mean it could have done a lot of damage, and then I would have just swapped to Gliscor and clicked knockoff, and probably just one-shot it anyway. Anyway, let's fish here, and hopefully catch something good. Honestly, if I get something great, if I get something terrible here, and then something great in the grass, I'm gonna be disappointed. But I've made my choice. You know what? I'm very happy with this. A potential, well, a Magby means a potential Magmar, which means a potential Magmortar. And we had the Magmarizer at, I think it was the Pokemart in, I think it was Floaroma Town? And also, that has speed boost. Basically, this means I have the potential to have both Magmortar and Electivire on the same team. And honestly, that's kind of cool. However, it's also level 15, so I don't really have a way to weaken it. So, I'm just gonna speed up and throw Pokeballs at it, because it's realistically my only actual option to do this. So hopefully it will stay in the ball, and there we go, it stays in the ball. I love it when it does that. I love it when it stays in the ball. Its magma-like blood circulates throughout its body. Its body can... That's a lot! I know that I live in a place where we use Celsius. I live in the UK. Like, we use Celsius, but like, 1100 Fahrenheit's a lot, I think, right? Okay, I'm just gonna fish a couple more times, see what else I could have had. So we could have had Rotom. Honestly, I think I would rather have the potential Magmortar than a potential Rotom, so that's fine. Okay, there's Magby again. I'll fish one more time, and then I'll move on and see what was in the grass. And then I'll probably check out what I can get onto my Pokemon with the heart scale I have. And then I'll end the episode. And I'll probably go into the Great Marsh. Sorry, momentarily had a hiccup there. And I'll probably go into the Great Marsh and see what I can get as an encounter there in the next episode. Okay, I guess Magby must just be the common encounter with the good rod here. And honestly, I'm not going to complain about it, because Magby is really good to have. Like, you know what? I have access to 2 fire types now. Like, a potential Magmortar and a potential a potential Magmortar and a Houndoom, and that is great. I also, I know that I also have, whatchamacallit, I do have, I've got Slugma as well, but in comparison, like, Magcargo just isn't as good as Houndoom, and it isn't as good as Magmortar. Like, I feel a bit mean for saying that, but, like, it's true. I could have had a Quilava. I mean, if this was my encounter in place of the Magby, either way, I'd be getting a pretty solid fire type. So what else was here? Umbreon. I like Umbreon in the sense that it's like a massive defensive wall, but it's also my least favorite Eevee evolution, which is bizarre. Okay, we could have Sandshrew. It's weird that Umbreon is my least favorite Eevee evolution when I take into consideration just the simple fact. When I take into consideration the very simple fact that Dark is my favorite type. Like, Dark is my favorite type of Pokemon. But I don't like Umbreon as much as all of the others. And if anyone was wondering what my favorite one is, I really hope I get one in this playthrough. But like, I know it's, like, statistically kind of, like, not great, but I've always loved Glaceon. Like, I just love the Ice type as well. And also, I'm gonna fish in Pastoria, because this is the only way I can actually get an encounter here. Well, I could come back and surf later, but I want to remember it. That's huge, actually. A Gengar. Okay, Gengar has Frisk. That isn't exactly ideal. Okay, I can Dusk Ball this, though. Nightshade is potentially very threatening, though. What if I go and swap out to Tentacruel? If I swap out to Tentacruel, and I should go for Acid on it, because that'll be resisted. Like, that's quad resisted. Like, it's quad resisted, so I can use this to just chip away at the Gengar. And Curse is really bad for me, actually. But if it goes for Curse again, I just need to throw the ball at it. Come on, Stan. 10 out of 10, we've caught a Gengar as well. That is phenomenal. Okay, so let's have a quick check-in on what we can get from the Move Tutor, and a quick check-in on the Pokemart, and then I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center and end off the episode. Okay, so, okay, those are just the level-up moves we've had. Add for Grovyle, so it can't get anything yet. Gorbis can get nothing of note either. Can Grumpig get anything? I imagine Grumpig can probably get, like, Splash and Confusion. Wow, can't even get Confusion. I'm sure it does. I guess I must only learn Psybeam. We can get Night Slash on stun though, so that's kind of big. But the most important one here is Gliscor. What can we get for Gliscor? Thunderfang, Ice Fang. Okay, we have Elemental Fangs. Like, those could be usable, but I'm just gonna skip out one of them, I think. But honestly, just having heart scales in general is important, because it's nice to have them, and it opens up so many more possibilities. Bright Powder, Smooth Rock, Colberberry, and a Sharp Beak. That's less than ideal. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run back to the Pokemon Center and heal up. I'm not going to approach the gym because that has a rival battle attached to it. Like, we'll get to the door, like, we'll get until, like, 1 or 2 steps away from the door of the gym, and then our rival will just kind of run into us and be like, hey, wanna fight me? And it's like, not really. Not really, because, rival battles are kind of scary. But now, what I want to do is quickly just, shuffle around on counters that we had in this episode. And I mean, I just need to move everything 1 to the right, and have a look at them, and then we can end off the episode. So, we have Naive Riolu with Hydration. Dory has Force Palm, so that's kind of nice. A Mild Oddish with Immunity, so it can't get poisoned, kind of redundant. But obviously that can just evolve basically whenever. A Jolly Magby with Speed Boost. Already has Ember, so that's kind of nice. And a Brave Gengar with Frisk. That isn't exactly ideal, but at the same time, it's Gengar, and Gengar has a lot of potential moves that can learn everything. So, I'm not too concerned about it. Anyway, I'm going to save the game here and end off this episode. I might shuffle the team around, I might do some grinding before the next episode, because the next gym is pretty tough. Obviously, I don't know what's going to be in it, but I know that the levels will be like mid to high level 30s, so I might do a bit of grinding to just kind of get everyone up a little bit. Maybe like everyone like level 32 or 33 maybe. But anyway, I'll figure that out in between episodes, and I'll be back in the next one, where we'll hopefully be able to challenge Crash Awake. So I'll hopefully see you all for that next time. Okay, later.